Thank you, Governor, and to the Governor and to the leaders, congratulations on the good work. I told the Governor early on when we started that if he led us to an on-time budget, I would let him teach me some basketball. And I said the only thing I have to learn is how to pass. So he said he's good at that and he's going to help me with that. Or get my own ball, right, the Speaker says. You know, sometimes when there's a crisis, which we have now with the economy, something very, very positive happens from it. And I think this process and what's taking place today and on our way to an on-time budget is that positive situation as it relates to doing budgeting in the state of New York. Who would ever think after 26 years of waiting for this day, when there were good budgets, when there were surpluses, when there were deficits, it always seemed the process was more taxes and more spending. I think for a governor who has been here for 2 weeks, a learning curve of 2 weeks, this is a Herculean effort by this governor, followed by a tremendous effort by the leaders to follow his guidance. And he made the point very clearly right at the beginning at the first meeting with the leaders. If we go past the deadline, this economy, this budget process is only getting worse. The best thing we can do is, as he has mentioned, for once show that we are going to do what we ask families to do when they have a shortfall of revenue. Tighten up our belt, hold the line on taxes so we'll continue to be more competitive, and come together collectively to do what we have to do to make this process work efficiently and most effectively. I think the thing that I'm most excited about, and I have been here for 26 years, I don't know exactly what the percentages are or what the numbers are, but I do believe that we probably can come in with a budget that is going to be spending less percentage-wise. You know, maybe above it a little bit or below it, but a budget that spends percentage-wise lower than the previous executive budget that was given to us. I have been here for 26 years, and I have never seen a situation like that. Last year, you know, I think the governor gave us one of about 6.3. When we were all done, I think it was probably over 8 or close to being over 8. That's a miracle. And I would say, Governor, if we get this done under your leadership with the support of the Speaker and the Majority Leader and the Minority Leader and our help, I think we've done something that is close to a miracle for the state of New York. There's not a person probably in this room who thought that this governor with that learning curve could come in and bring us forth and get a budget on time. There's a couple differences here. Policy and politics is fine, but I've learned something. You got to have a personality to relate to people, to get things done, to listen to them, to ask questions. This is a governor who did that. These are leaders who followed his lead and have done that. And leaders, by the way, who have some real concerns when they go back to their conferences and had to stand up and make some tough decisions and answer some tough questions for their conferences and their members, 212 members, all of us, and say no to some of them. And sometimes it's harder to say no to them than it is to the constituents. And I give my leaders and this governor a lot of credit for being willing to stand up. And not a perfect budget, not something that's not going to have some pain, but I think the best we could possibly do in a timely fashion. So I praise the governor and the leaders for being willing to step back from their positions and make some tough decisions and get their conference to make some tough decisions. So I'm excited about the fact that we can come in on time with this, and I just think that's going to be unbelievable for the people.